Hi everyone, today I'm gonna show you how I make my homemade orchid medium. In my previous video, which I called Simple Recipe for Orchids, which triples the size and blooms in short time, I showed you how I feed my orchids, which kind of fertilizers I use. If you wanna watch that video, you can watch. Today I am not talking about that, how I feed them. Today I will show you how I make my medium for my orchids. In this pot I used my medium, which I made myself. I planted this orchid, all of them. I planted them last year. As you see, roots, how they are growing in this medium. They feel very happy in this medium, and you can see healthy roots through the pot and how many roots I have. When I bought them, these orchids, I found them from Lowe's. They were on clearance. I bought them for $1 each, and they had only few leaves at that time when I bought them. These leaves, I can show you here. These leaves they were, and couple of leaves they had that time, and probably this leaf too. And then when I brought them home, I planted them in this medium, and as you see how they grow, they grow 3 times big. Now you see every time they grow bigger and bigger leaves every time. This is the first leaf, as you see, and then it grew how many leaves in this short time, in 1 year, and it bloomed for me. As you see how beautiful flowers it has. They all blooming for me now. And let's talk about the medium, what we need for that. I found this pine bark mulch from the Lowe's. They were on clearance also, and I paid for this bag $1. Usually they cost $4 or $5. I don't remember, but they are expensive. Then I bought them. Why I bought them for $1? Because they were torn bags. You see? The bags are damaged, and most of time Lowe's puts them on clearance. You can find them from clearance, and nothing happened to the mulch inside, but the bag is damaged. That's why they put on clearance. And we have here 2 different bags. One is green and one is purple. What's the difference between these 2 bags? In the purple bag, I will open this. In the purple bag, as you see, there is the mulch, and they are small size and different. Even the small ones you can find here. And even this mulch we can use for our orchids, but I prefer this one. This one, which has bigger size mulch. This kind of mulch we can take from this bag and prepare our medium. I will show you the difference between these 2 bags. As you see, I have from this purple bag mulch and from this green bag mulch. And do you see the difference between them? This has more small pieces, it's fine, and this has more big pieces which we need for our orchid medium. Let's take this kind of pieces and fill this dish with this bark. This kind of pieces we need for our medium. As you see, you have different size in this pot, and we can use for our medium. And we have to fill this dish. This kind of big pieces, we can break them easily and fill this dish. I took this much pine bark mulch I put here, and this kind of big pieces you can break down, or you can save, you can use as is. We can put this kind of big pieces in the bottom of the pot for the good drainage, and in this dish I put big pieces, this kind of big pieces. I can break it down easily, or I can use in this size. Okay, let's boil them. I'm gonna boil them for 15 minutes and I will come back. I put this pot on the stove and I start boiling it. How much water I put in this pot? If I press it, you will see how much. Do you see how much water I put? How much bark I have and how much water I put. I put water and I start boiling it. Now it started boiling, as you see, and I turned down the stove because this water is overflowing. Why I boil this mulch? You can think this question can come to your mind, because we have to disinfect and disinsect if the insects laid their eggs in this mulch, or it can be fungus infection in this mulch. That's why we kill everything, whatever is in this mulch. And now it's boiled. You see the bubbles, and I press this mulch to cook from every side, and I will cool down this and I will come back. Now my mulch is cold. I put it outside. It's winter now, 19th of January today, and it's very cold outside, and to cool down it took maybe 3 minutes. And what other ingredients we have to have? Sphagnum moss I'm gonna use now. And perlite, vermiculite, this wood charcoal, which I made myself. You know, every time we burn woods in the house and outside in our backyard, and I collect all the charcoal from the wood, as you see here. And this pine bark mulch. And let's start. I take part of sphagnum moss, any. For that pots for which I planted my mini orchids, I didn't put new sphagnum moss because I didn't have that time. I used whatever they had in their small pots. They were planted in the sphagnum moss, and I used that sphagnum moss for this medium. And now I'm gonna add new any sphagnum moss you can use, and this much is enough for this much bark. this is enough. We have to take part of bark and part sphagnum moss. We can take equal part. And perlite. Why we need perlite? Everybody knows that perlite it will help improve water retention, and you can read even in the instructions for what they use this perlite. And it also keeps the roots warm. And I use perlite and vermiculite for all of my plants, especially for my African violets. I like using them. Okay, I opened wrong way, I think. Let me take knife. When I opened this bag, I found out that the perlite, it's big pieces in this bag. I love this. They have different brands. In this bag, I used this. I emptied it already, and in this bag I have some left over from this bag. And as you see, it's small piece, and if we have big pieces, it's very good for our orchids. As you see, can you see the difference? I love this one. This better for our orchids and even for African violets. And I am gonna take cup of perlite, and I will see if I need to add more or not. Let's prepare 1 cup and see how much charcoal I have here. This much I'm gonna use because I don't have more. If you use more, it's nothing dangerous. It's vice versa, it's very good for plants because this is a good source of potassium. In nature, you know, all we know that sometimes forests burn, and after that plants start growing better. New plants will grow from that place, and somehow we will give our we try to give our orchids life of nature where they live usually. And this pine bark mulch I put in this bucket. I love this medium because my orchids, they're very happy in this medium, and it doesn't get dry very fast. It keeps moisture for a long time. I water my orchids in 2 weeks, once in 2 weeks, and still my pots, they don't get super dry in this medium. And let's mix this charcoal with here. I will see if I need to put all of this. It stayed outside, and that's why it rained on this charcoal. Let's put this much, and we will see if I have to put more or not. And I'm adding this perlite, 1 cup of perlite now, and cup of vermiculite. This vermiculite, it's very fine, but if you can find bigger pieces, it would be better. This is very small, tiny pieces, as you see. It's for seedlings. You can find big pieces of vermiculite, but in our stores I never saw them. That's why I use this small, fine, great, excellent for seed starting. You can read from here, and they have big pieces of vermiculite too. And let's mix this. This mixture I even use for my Hoyas, to plant my Hoyas, but for my Hoyas I add little bit potting soil, not little bit, half portion of potting soil, and my hoyas, they grow crazy in this medium too. Now our medium is ready. I mixed in this bucket and put in here in this dish, and as you see, we have everything here: pine bark mulch, vermiculite, perlite, charcoal, sphagnum moss, and everything we have here. The proportion I showed you, and it's up to you how much you want to put, what kind of medium you want. It's up to you. There is nothing dangerous for your plants. Instead, it's very healthy ingredients for your plants. It's safe, and whenever you want, you can use this medium. You can put this medium in the bag, and you can use anytime. And since 1 year, since last year, my orchids are living in this medium, and you see they're happy and started blooming for me. They're growing their roots crazy, healthy roots, and nothing is decaying in this medium. I will show you other pots. Do you see the roots? You see, I have here sphagnum moss, vermiculite, perlite, and pine bark mulch, and charcoal. I have everything in this medium. This way you can save some money. The one bag you can use this big bag of pine bark mulch for forever. How many orchids we can plant with this bark mulch? And sphagnum moss is not expensive, something expensive, and anyway we use for our house plants, for our flowers, this moss and vermiculite, perlite, everything. And how much I added to this, you saw, only cup of perlite and vermiculite. And you see, plants love this medium. Even my Hoyas, I planted this medium, and I add soil, some potting soil, peat moss, and that's it. Happy gardening. If you found my video some beneficial for you, and if you learned something from my videos, please subscribe my channel. I will share with you my experiences, which I do with my plants, and everything, which kind of difficulties, problems I have, or success. I will make video about that. Please subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. Happy gardening. Bye.